let's go into part two. Part two would be you've mastered your opponent's characters, you've really trained hard, you've practiced all of these things, which actually takes so much fucking time, by the way. It takes a lot of time for you to practice these things and to make sure that you got your opponents on lock, your opponent's characters on lock, how you can optimize all of your situations, everything like that. It takes time to do that, because even when I was training for Capcom Cup, I didn't study as hard as I could have, and study as hard as I should have. But that was just my mistake, you know, so I couldn't be upset about that. It was my mistake. That's why I lost at Capcom Cup and I didn't win, but Gachikun was the most prepared for all those situations. But anyway, you must attack your brain and understand your brain in order to overcome playing scared. So let's say you got all of your matchups down, you got your optimal shit down, you got everything locked down. Okay. Now what happens when an outside factor enters the situation, such as you sit down, your opponent sits down, but you're on stream and you haven't been on stream that often, if ever, but you know that there's thousands of people watching you. This is an outside factor from the game that is entering your mind that can cause the fear. So you have everything on this side okay, like, all right, yeah, I got the matchups, I did all of that, but then you sit down on stream and there is an outside factor now that is playing a part. And that's, I'm on stream, there's thousands of people watching me. Oh man, I'm playing against Tokido, he's one of the gods. What do I do? The situation's kind of hard, even though I know how to fight against the Kuma, whatever. It's Tokido. Bam, it's Tokido that I'm playing against. There's a lot of people watching me. Oh shit, there's a couple of friends watching me too, etc., etc. All these outside factors start entering your head, making you question the things that you're doing on the screen. The pressure, once pressure is inside, it's very, very hard to crack that pressure. See, the understanding of the matchups, the understanding of the optimal, the understanding of your opponent, these are a lot easier to handle and to overcome and to master than the outside factors, which are much more mental than it is, figuring out which buttons to press, studying, an actual studying of your opponent's habits, all of that. These outside, the pressure factor is just, that's what's going to really make or break a player. That's how you become a great player, by getting all of this done, but also getting this done too. See, a lot of players have the execution, they blah, 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 but they don't know how to tackle this, or they haven't tackled it correctly, which causes them to crack, choke, lose. So these outside factors, such as pressure and being on stream, all of those things, I said earlier that fear is mainly because of lack of preparation, which was the things on this side, because it is mainly a lack of preparation. However, that other percentage of the pressure and all of that is a small thing that you have to tackle, but this small thing expands to a lot of layers. So let me explain that one more time. When you're studying matchups, when you're studying characters and players and all of these things, optimal situations, there's a line where you hit where it's like, okay, I know now. I'm not going to be surprised by a teleport or something like that. Birdie's not going to teleport at me, you know? Even though his dolphin dive. Okay. But anyway, there's a line that you hit where you now understand this thing. You've studied it. You've passed the test on this. However, the mental, when it comes to the mental side, there isn't really like a line that you hit and you're like, oh, that's it. I'm never going to be nervous again. Oh, that's it. I'm never going to deal with pressure situations and make a mistake again. It's never like that. It just goes into layers and layers of, well, did I crack this time? Why did I crack? Did I crack the next time? Nope, I did good this time, but why did I crack the tournament right afterwards? And these things are just, it's a menacing thing that just is always kind of there. You don't want to deal with this pressure and bullshit and deal with the fact that you're not prepared. Once you're prepared, then you'll see that, okay, now I can attack this pressure. Now I can attack this area, the mental. So for me, there was a lot of times where I was like, man, like I got all this down. I got all these matches. I understand. But why do I keep choking? Why do I keep losing? Why do I keep dropping my combo? What's going on? Why am I giving my opponent too much respect? Or why did I know that because I'm in Capcom Cup, I know that there's a lot of people watching me, and that made me so scared to move, so scared to move, so scared to press a button, so scared. What do I do? What's he doing? Oh, if I just hold forward once, I might lose. All of these thoughts start entering your head because of the pressure. So you attack this slowly and with time. This isn't something that you're just going to figure out immediately. This isn't something that you're just going to figure out immediately. Now, there are players that can handle pressure better than other players, and that's good for them. But I'm talking about myself, and I'm talking about a lot of you that might not be able to handle this pressure or have been put in this pressure situation. So, you are put in the pressure situation and you failed. You lost. So you go back and you're sitting in your hotel like, man, I know Kuma. I know how to fight against him. Why did I lose? Why did I make that mistake? Why did I give up my life lead? I made a stupid, hasty decision when I didn't need to. Why would I do such a thing? It's because I mentally cracked. But why did I mentally crack? What were the factors that caused me to crack? Well, the main thing is that I was on stream, knowing that I was about to qualify for top 8. But something happened there. Something made, an outside force entered my brain and made me lose concentration and focus. Okay, so that tells me that I must work on my brain now. I must work on the stability of my mind, how to not crack, how to not let outside factors cause hasty decisions and emotional decisions. Okay, maybe breathing more might allow me to stay calm. I wonder what more I could do about dealing with pressure. Let me go on YouTube and search up some sports psychology. Let me see how Kobe Bryant likes to think. Let me see how Mike Tyson likes to think. So I start looking up interviews of Kobe Bryant. I start looking up interviews of Mike Tyson, start looking up interviews of LeBron, of Michael Jordan, of Tiger Woods, of everybody, Michael Phelps, all of these people that are just champions. They're winners. They have been in the most pressure-filled situations, and they've overcome those situations. Not every time, but they've overcome them a lot to make them a legend, such as Tom Brady. So I must look into the sports psychology. What leads people that compete to win so consistently, and what leads them to be a legend? Well, it seems like they've got the preparation down. They're definitely prepared, but there's more to it. There's more to it. It's the pressure. It's the clock winding down and they're able to hit the shot. That doesn't come from just preparation. You see, the preparation of you being in the gym and shooting the three-pointer, and you have the clock set to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You try to make the buzzer shot. You could do that 100 times, and you can be prepared for that situation. You could think that you're prepared for that situation. But until you have the ball in your hands, and you know that thousands and thousands of people are watching you, and your teammates are relying on you, or you're relying on yourself to further on in the tournament. There's 5 seconds left. They gave the ball to you because you're the one that's practiced it. Until you pull up that shot yourself, you're not going to know what it's like to have that immediate pressure just on your shoulders. Heavy, heavy pressure. Heavy pressure inside your mind. The, man, if I lose, we're not going to further on. Man, if I lose, I'm not going to be I'm not going to be like a really good player. I'm not going to be like Kobe. I'm not going to be a legend. I'm just going to be somebody that keeps choking. All of those thoughts, you don't think those thoughts have entered Kobe Bryant's mind before? That, damn, don't choke. You got this. Don't choke. You got this. You've prepared for this. You don't think those thoughts have entered his mind? Or Tom Brady's? How many times that guy has gone to the Super Bowl? In the most clutch of situations. Clutch doesn't come from just well preparation. Clutch comes from your ability to overcome pressure. And that ability to overcome pressure comes from time. Comes from understanding your mind. Comes from being put in that pressure situation so much that you know how to overcome it. Kobe has been in that pressure situation so many times. Tom Brady so many times. Jordan so many times. Just using these players as an example. Now, they probably can deal with it better than most players, and that's okay too. Like, for example, Punk. Punk is a player that can deal with pressure situations really, really well. And he didn't really have the experience as much of being put in that pressure situation. He was just a player that could overcome pressure really well, and that's fucking kudos to him. I'm talking about myself, and I'm talking about those that are dealing with these problems, dealing with these issues. That can cause you, that pressure can cause you to fuck up on the button. That pressure can cause you to dash when you didn't need to dash. That pressure can cause you to jump in when you have the life lead. You see? So the main thing that you need to make sure you got down is this, the studying, the matchups, the optimal, all this. Because if you don't have this, then you're just holding yourself back. There's no point for you to even be in the pressure situation. You see? You must have this. The main thing is this. You must have all of these things prepared for. And then you tackle the pressure when you're put in that situation. Then you slowly start understanding your mind. Well, there must be a reason why I care that there's thousands of people watching. Why do I care that there's thousands of people watching? Maybe because I care about what people think. Maybe it's because I want to show that I'm a good player. But why do I want to show that I'm a good player? Why do I care about what people think? Do what people think determine... Do what people think is the reason why I play because I want to show people that I'm good? Does it matter what they really think? Isn't this what I'm just doing this because I really enjoy doing this? Why do I care? Go a layer deeper. Man, I must figure this problem out. I must figure this problem out inside my life, because if I care, then it's causing me to choke. I must not care anymore. How do I not care? How do I not care about what people have to think about how I'm playing? How do I not care about the pressure of qualifying for the tournament or getting the sponsor? What is the reason that I'm doing this? Am I even having fun? Is this for the money? Philosophy starts entering the situation, because this is a philosophical, psychological situation. You must understand yourself. You must understand your mind in order for you to overcome pressure situations. You must be confident in yourself and in your mind to overcome those situations. I don't care That's why people that have done it for so long are just most of the time better than those that are just starting off. Because at this point in my career of Street Fighter, I don't really care about what people say when they watch me play. You know, chat's always going to talk shit no matter who it is on the screen. If Daigo loses, oh, Daigo's wash. If Justin loses, oh, if Justin wins, oh, he's the best. You know, it's that's not a factor that should be entering my mind. So then you start giving the I don't give a fuck attitude. See, when I played against Fudo, there was so much pressure on me. There was so much pressure on me because everybody said that I was going to lose to him. He plays Mika. It's 50-50s every single second. A lot of people were watching, and this was my previous teammate, and I had just got dropped from side games. All of those factors were inside of my head, on top of the fact that I want to win, on top of the fact that, you know, it could change my life, all of these things. But you attack them one at a time. Okay, you know what? I don't really give a fuck about what people have to say. I'm just going to go in. I'm going to do my thing. I'm going to play the game that I want to play. And that's that. And it ended up with me winning. So, I hope that explains the mental part well enough for you to start attacking it. It will go into philosophy. You must understand your mind. You must understand pressure and how you can overcome it. So, thank you for listening to me talk about how to not play scared in Street Fighter V, or just in any fighting game or in anything that you do.